Simi Valley might just be one of the most iconic cities in Southern California. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about what it's really like to live here. Hi guys, my name is Mona and I'm a real estate agent here in Los Angeles and Ventura County. On my channel, we talk about all things real estate and lifestyle. In today's video, we'll be talking about what it's really like to live in Simi Valley. I'll be telling you everything you need to know, from the pros, the cons, the real estate market, and everything else. So let's get into it. Now, as far as the location goes, where is Simi Valley located? Simi Valley is going to be a huge suburban city in Ventura County. Some people think it's part of LA County because it's right outside of LA. It's between LA and Santa Barbara, making it the ideal location. Simi Valley is going to be about an hour away from Santa Barbara and about an hour away from the west side. So if you're trying to get to places like Beverly Hills and Santa Monica, the commute can take about an hour or so. Of course, just depending on traffic. And then it's going to be one of the biggest suburban cities in Ventura County, right along with Thousand Oaks, which is going to be your neighbor. By the way, I have a separate video talking about what it's like to live in Thousand Oaks. So if you want to check that out, it's going to be linked in the description below. Simi Valley has a population of over 100,000 people. And it is going to be a suburban city, so you're definitely going to see families and retirees, but you're actually going to see a really good amount of young professionals like myself living in Simi Valley, especially as of lately. One of the reasons why people love living in places like Simi Valley is because of the affordability. We all know living in LA County can be really expensive. I mean, especially in this economy, you guys. Simi Valley has a reputation for being more affordable compared to LA County. I know the word affordable is super triggering. Like, what do you mean affordable? But compared to LA, we're doing a comparison for the sake of the video. You are going to find that cost of living is going to be cheaper. You're going to find that real estate, you're going to get more for your money. And taxes in Ventura County are actually going to be in the 7% range. They actually just increased the taxes, the sales tax in LA County, to help with homelessness, or that's at least what they say. And that's going to be in the 10% range, sometimes even more, just depending on like what city, what part of LA. Every city has their own sales tax. But I mean, a 3% can really make a huge difference when it comes to, your daily cost of living, furniture, shopping, just so many things. That 3% can definitely add up quickly. Now, one of the reasons why people love living in Simi Valley is going to be safety. Simi Valley has a great reputation for being one of the safer cities in Southern California. According to this article on Forbes that was published last year, Simi Valley was ranked number 9 on safest cities in America. And do you want to know what city was number 1? That would be the fabulous city of Thousand Oaks, Simi Valley's neighbor. Now, one thing I do want to say about the safety, you are going to see a lot of police officers in Simi Valley, which is good and bad. It's good for safety concern. It's bad if you exceed the speed limit because they will give you a ticket. They are very strict about that. Anyways, now let's talk about the schools here in Simi Valley. Simi Valley, like I mentioned, very suburban city. I personally think it's a great city if you are looking to settle down, have kids, you already have kids, you want to move there. The schools have a really great reputation. Starting off with the public schools, first, we're going to have Vista Elementary School. You are going to have other elementary schools. I'm just naming a few to give you an idea. Second, we are going to have Hillside Middle School. And then for high school, we are going to have Santa Susana and Royal High School. You are going to have some more public schools in Simi Valley. But for private schools, while there aren't many private schools that are very iconic in the city of Simi Valley, you have some close by. So first up, you are going to have Christian Oaks, which is going to be in Westlake Village. If you're living in Wood Ranch, you're going to be closer to Thousand Oaks and Westlake Village. So you're probably going to look at the schools there, whether they're public or private. And I do have a separate video talking about what it's like to live in Westlake Village. If you want more information, I will link it in the description below for you. But Christian Oaks is actually one of the top rated Christian schools in the entire state of California. Very iconic and very sought out, just like Sierra Canyon, which is going to be Porter Ranch, just like the other side of Simi Valley, because you have those two different neighbors. Like you have Porter Ranch, which is going to be on that side of Simi Valley, and then you're going to have Westlake Village, which is going to be on the other side. So you're going to have the Sierra Canyon private school, which is going to be like in the Porter Ranch area. This is actually where the Kardashians enrolled their kids into school, and this is where they go as well. So that's really cool. Although I have to be honest with you, Porter Ranch recently underwent a huge master development, meaning that they built a bunch of homes in that neighborhood. So it is pretty crowded. They have great amenities, but it's crowded, and I think the schools are going to be crowded as well, just to give you a tip. But we will do a separate video on Porter Ranch very shortly, so make sure you subscribe so you'll be notified when that comes out. Now, when it comes to the amenities, I have to be honest with you, I don't think the amenities in Simi Valley are that exciting. They're definitely there, but I feel they're going to be more on the basic side. They're the type of amenities that you appreciate if you're living in the area, but it's not the type of amenity that's going to make you want to drive out of your way. Like me going to Santa Monica to go to a rooftop restaurant, that's an exciting amenity that I would go out of my way for. But in Simi Valley, you're just not going to have nightlife that's that exciting. You'll definitely have some great workout studios, Pilates, yoga. You have gyms like Crunch Fitness, Planet Fitness. You have Chick-fil-A, Starbucks, you have Sprouts, Target. There's two Targets actually. Trader Joe's, you have like your banks. You're gonna have a lot of amenities in like central Simi. So they call it the Sycamore Village, the Sycamore Grove. And that's where you're gonna have a lot of really basic amenities. Nothing super exciting that you would wanna go out of your way for. Personally, I find the amenities either in Porter Ranch or in Westlake Village a lot more entertaining. Like honestly, the nightlife in Westlake Village might even be better than the nightlife in Calabasas, but I'll let you decide. If you want to do a little comparison, I do have a separate video on what it's like to live in Calabasas as well. Now, one thing I want to say is that I feel in the past few years, more people have been moving to places like Simi Valley. So I do think we are going to see more local businesses, more exciting restaurants, cafes, amenities, maybe Pilates studios, workout studios. I definitely think that we are going to see more additions happening just because you have a really good amount of new construction developments when it comes to like the real estate market, the residential like homes and townhomes and stuff like that. So typically when you see more people moving to a certain area, you see more new construction, more community. You start to see more amenities start to pop up in that area. I've been seeing it in Santa Clarita, and I'm seeing it happen in Simi, and I do think it is going to grow. Just a personal prediction of mine. But one exciting amenity you have in Simi Valley that I think is unique is going to be the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library. So apparently there are 13 presidential libraries in America at the time of filming this video. You're only going to have 2 in California. One is going to be in the Orange County area, and then you're going to have another one here in Simi Valley. So if you're into politics or you're just curious and you want to check it out, you do have it in Simi Valley. It's going to be in the Wood Ranch area. So you can go to Westlake Village, go to the Four Seasons, get some food after, just make a moment out of it. Now for my favorite part of the video, let's talk about the real estate market. Yay! So I will tell you right now that you're gonna get more for your money when it comes to the real estate market in Simi Valley. Cost of living and real estate in Simi Valley, you can't beat it. If you guys have seen my house tours and you've seen some of these mega mansions that I've toured, like $20 million homes, Simi Valley, just like night and day, seriously. If you compare the real estate market compared to the market in Porter Ranch, Calabasas, Westlake Village, you're going to get more for your money. You're also going to see a good amount of new construction homes. And when I say new construction homes, I'm not talking about spec homes. I'm talking more of, communities, brand new communities. You're going to have a good amount of those. Speaking of new communities, I recently toured this brand new community by the mountains in Simi Valley on this episode of my house hunting vlog. Gonna link it in the description below. This is actually by the Hummingbird's Nest. It's like I stuttered. It's like a venue you can have events. I went for a wedding a couple years ago and I thought it was absolutely beautiful. So I had to mention that in there because they're right next to each other. But when it comes to how much homes are going for, what's the market looking like, Simi Valley is definitely going to be more on the residential side. You're going to see more communities. You are definitely going to see more homes for sale, some beautiful estates. But you're also going to have condos and townhomes for sale. And we have new construction for condos and townhomes too. So right now that I'm filming this video, the least expensive condo on the market right now is going to be this 1-bedroom condo. While the most expensive townhome is actually going to be this brand new townhome that was built in 2022. This is right next to Trader Joe's and Planet Fitness and Target, that whole shopping center that I mentioned earlier. It is going to be right by that. Now, when it comes to single family homes, the least expensive home on the market right now is going to be this home. While the most expensive home on the market right now, you're actually going to have two that are listed at $4 million. So first up, we are going to have this beautiful home. $4 million is definitely on the higher side for Simi Valley. I mean, that's really high. And then you're also going to have this $4 million home that's currently on the market right now. Honestly, though, you are going to have some really beautiful homes in the Wood Ranch area, like this beautiful estate that's currently on the market right now. But honestly, the listing price of a home is kind of irrelevant because a home is only worth what a buyer is willing to pay for it. I mean, I could list a home for $10 million. I could stand in front of it in a bikini. I could do a backflip, but if people can't justify the price, then they're not going to pay for it. So what are homes selling for in Simi Valley? Well, last year, homes on average, and when I say homes, I'm referring to condos, townhomes, single family homes, everything. Homes sold for just under $900,000. That is, I mean, considering the fact that we're just like right outside of LA, not bad, you guys, not bad. Okay, now that we talked about all the fun stuff, let's talk about the downsides that come from living in Simi Valley. I'm gonna have two for you. Number one is going to be, she's kind of boring. I mean, what is there to do here? What is there to do? Where's the clubs? Where's the lounges? Where's the shopping? Where's the nightlife? Where's the Erewhon? Where's the nearest Erewhon? To answer the question, the nearest Erewhon is going to be in Calabasas. Then you have an Equinox in Westlake Village. That's nice too. The amenities, in my opinion, they're not it. They're not exciting at all. I mean, honestly, if you went around West Hollywood and you asked people, do you know where Simi Valley is? A good amount of them would say, where is that? Is that in California? They wouldn't even realize that it's right outside of LA County because it's just not that exciting. Now, again, to each their own. Maybe you want that. Maybe you want to be away from the hustle and bustle and all the nonsense that comes from living in LA. And I get it. But it's just not going to be really exciting when it comes to the amenities. I honestly think Westlake Village is like 10 times more exciting than Simi Valley. But if you're living in Wood Ranch or you're living closer to that part of Simi Valley, the commute to head over to Westlake Village is not going to be that bad. Like 10 to 20 minutes, depending again how close you live to that part of Simi Valley. Obviously, if you're going to be closer to Porter Ranch, you can head over there, but I find Porter Ranch to be a lot busier. I just feel Westlake Village, it's still pretty busy. It's not that busy. And then, you can always take the 118 freeway. That's the freeway you take if you want to get over to the west side. So if you wanted to head over to Beverly Hills, Santa Monica, West Hollywood, probably take that 118 freeway. about an hour away from Santa Barbara, less than an hour away from Malibu. So you're not too far away from these places, but just the amenities itself, really not that great. And then the second con is going to be the heat. So I'm not sure if you guys know this, but the further you are away from the ocean, the hotter the weather is going to be. The closer you live to the ocean, the cooler the weather is going to be. So you're going to find the weather in Thousand Oaks, Westlake Village, those cities sit among the Santa Monica Mountains. So the weather is going to be a bit cooler compared to Simi Valley. But the weather in Simi Valley is going to be cooler than the weather in Santa Clarita, which has the best selection for new construction homes. So if Simi Valley is not giving you what you need for new construction homes, definitely check out Santa Clarita. I have a separate video about what it's like to live there in the description below if you guys want to check it out. Overall, I think Simi Valley is a great place to live. It just depends though on what you are looking for. It may or may not be the right fit for you depending on what it is you're looking for. Anyways, I hope you guys found this video to be helpful. If you did, please give it a huge thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the comment section below. I mean, would you consider moving to Simi Valley? What do you think of it? And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!